Inside Pediatrics contains real-life surgical scenes in a hospital environment. Viewer discretion is advised. On this episode of Inside Pediatrics.
Every 8 to 12 seconds, there is a lightning bolt firing off inside of his brain.
Okay, so you see it's broken now.
He has cancer. I don't know how long I'm gonna keep my baby.
In the middle of America lies one of the busiest independent non-profit children's hospitals in the country. Go inside the operating rooms and the transports. Go inside each family's journey, each patient's story. Go inside Pediatrics at Children's Mercy, Kansas City.
I'm back. You're here, and I love it. That's great. He's a hoot.
If he's lucky, Gary might make it through this appointment without having a seizure.
Can you take some big breaths for me, like you're blowing birthday candles out?
Gary has epilepsy, a disease that disrupts normal brain activity.
Every 8 to 12 seconds, there is a lightning bolt firing off inside of his brain. His first seizure, it was terrifying. I actually thought he was having a heart attack.
That was the beginning of this long trip, and it's been a long one.
Okay, arms up. No, not superhero arms up in front.
Medication hasn't helped. Now Gary's parents face the most difficult decision of their lives.
When they first brought up surgery, I looked at her and I said, that ain't happening over my dead body. But here we are.
Dr. Christian Kaufman will discuss the benefits and risks of brain surgery with Gary's anxious parents.
When we look at Gary's MRI, we see enough abnormalities that we essentially know where to target. We will resect some of the abnormal tissue that's causing the seizure activity, nothing extra.
Before this started till now, it's just like night and day, and I want at least part of that boy back.
Caleb's mom drove 4 hours to Children's Mercy South to be part of the hospital's innovative new single-visit surgery program, which allows children to be seen in the morning, have surgery in the afternoon, and go home the same day.
So is this the side you normally see it on?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's it right there.
All right, so he does have what's called a hydrocele. And a hydrocele, essentially, once they're over 1 year of age, is the same thing as a hernia, okay?
Okay.
A hernia is a channel or a communication between their belly and their groin. It's not a big deal if something slips out and then slips back in, but the problem develops is that something slips out and gets caught there. And then that could become an emergency. Now that I've seen you, we've confirmed that he has a diagnosis. We'll actually do the surgery this afternoon if you want to proceed.
Yeah.
And then we'll just do the follow-up through a telephone call so we can save you the trip of having to come back.
When little boys are developing in the womb, their testes develop up in their belly and then descend into their scrotum through the groin. And the little ring that it passes through doesn't always close up all the way. And we're going to go in there and close that ring today. All right, you ready?
Ready.
All right. This is the right side where the hernia is. These are the vessels right here for the testicle. And there's a ring there that shouldn't be there.
How about a token today? A token and a sticker.
3-year-old Pepito has Hodgkin's lymphoma, a cancer rarely found in children his age.
For me, the word cancer is like, he's gonna die. I don't know how long I'm gonna keep my baby.
Dr. Alan Gamis is concerned about the size of the tumor in Pepito's neck.
Should I listen there? No. Where should I listen?
We see about 180 to 200 new children with cancer annually, so about every other day we're diagnosing a new child with cancer here and starting them on the journey, most of the time to cure. This is his left side, and this is his right side, and this is the mass of lymph nodes that are involved in the Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Chemotherapy and its side effects are the first step on Pepito's journey.
After 4 rounds of chemotherapy, we'll know if this is totally shrunk away or almost totally, and then that'll help us know if he needs to get radiation or not. Our goal is for this guy to get through his treatment and to continue a normal life. So, I want graduation cards. I want cards when he gets married.
Okay.
And I want cards showing me his babies.
We can do that.
All right.
The doctor said that he'll be okay. And I got faith in God that he was gonna be okay.
All right, Sally. I'll see you later.
Pepito is halfway through his chemotherapy to shrink the tumor in his neck.
The first night he was awful. He couldn't sleep at all. He was vomit all night, nauseous, headache. I didn't want to see my baby like that. I'm worried. So.
Pepito's Hodgkin's is quite large, and so therefore we needed to increase the intensity of his treatment.
Okay.
What? 1, 2, 3. All done.
Despite today's best treatments nationwide, nearly 2,000 children a year lose their battle with cancer. Research could find new ways to fight the disease.
Chemotherapy over the years has been very toxic to the body. We're continuously trying to improve on that.
Dr. Doug Myers is modifying chimeric antigen receptors to create a less toxic cancer treatment.
We are trying to use the immune system that works for us really well against infections when it's fully intact and redirect that immune system to cancer. Let's pretend that this is a normal cell in your body, and this Nerf gun is a part of your immune system called a T cell. It's responsible for screening all the cells in our body for problems. But one way that tumors get around our immune system and begin to grow and become a problem is to become a little bit slicker. Now there's nothing for this T cell to grab hold of. Now, chimeric antigen receptors are basically a combination of an antibody and a combination of a T cell. And what we do is we put the antibody on the surface of the T cell, and now it can bind like the antibody does and kill like the T cell does. When we bring the natural part of the immune system back in, it's less toxic than chemotherapy, radiation, surgery, etc. There are many types of cancer where the survival statistics are not a whole lot better than they were 10, 20, or 30 years ago. So there's still a lot of work to be done.
Research helps develop many new treatments for kids, from cancer to orthopedics.
You have any pain right now?
No.
You want some?
No.
Okay. Check.
When she was born, she had a leg discrepancy, and her foot laid back on her tibia.
After 6 corrective surgeries, Avion's left leg is still a little bit shorter than her right. Dr. Brad Olney will use a new magnetic implant to lengthen the bone by 30 millimeters.
Any changes since the last time I saw you? I've been following Avion for about 11, 12 years. With this newer technique, we could do one final lengthening and get her legs equal, and then that should stay the rest of her life. We have the newer procedure where we can do the lengthening without the external fixator. Do you remember that on your leg?
Mm-hmm.
Did you like those pins through your skin? Okay.
My mom was like, if you don't get it done, then it could be painful when I'm older, so I just go ahead and get it done.
Okay, so this is going to make the hole in the top of the femur. The device we use is an internal nail that goes down inside the bone. But you also have to cut the bone because you need an area to separate, to lengthen. It looks a bit primitive for all the modern equipment we have, but actually it heals a lot quicker because you don't have the saw heating up the bone. Okay, so you can see it's broken now. You can see how the femur is moving, so it's completely separated. Right there. Okay, let's have the magnet.
The magnets extend the implant, separating Avion's bone millimeter by millimeter and allowing new bone to grow in.
This is the same thing that a patient will be doing 3 to 4 times a day. But it beats having those big pins through your skin. Right where the arrow is? We are separated. We're good. Okay. So now we just have to close and then we'll be done.
Back at Children's Mercy South, Dr. Shaw is halfway through the surgery to repair Caleb's hernia.
This is the right side where the hernia is, and there's a ring there that shouldn't be there. Okay, I'll take that needle with the stitch in it. And I'm going to follow it all the way around. And the idea is not to catch the vessels or any of that other stuff underneath it, but just this clear layer. I'm going to finish that loop by going the other direction. Now, what will happen is you watch this, it'll just snare that other stitch, pulls it up. And now I've got a loop around that thing, and as I tie this loop down, you'll see it'll close that ring up and cinch it up, basically. And that's the idea behind the procedure. All right, so everything went well. Okay, we just finished up. He's on his way over to the recovery room. He'll be there for about 30 to 45 minutes before he's awake enough for you to go back and see him. Later on today, he'll be able to eat and drink whatever he wants.
Okay.
Activities-wise, there's no restrictions.
All right, thank you.
Okay, no problem.
The fact that everything went as smooth as what it did and we were able to make one visit makes it so much easier.
Feeling scared, very anxious.
Nervous. Queasy.
Yeah. Good morning.
Hello.
Morning.
Hi, Gary. Surgery should take anywhere between 4 hours to 6 hours operative time. Gary, I need to put a quick mark on the side of your head, okay? Just a little pen, just a marker, okay? So. All right, I'll see you after surgery.
Thank you. Be good to these nurses, okay? Be nice, all right?
Okay.
You promise?
Yeah.
Okay. Mwah. I love you. Oops, sorry.
Don't think too hard, it'll mess up the pictures. All right.
Okay. Bye, bub. Have fun. I'll see you soon.
The neurosurgery team begins to remove the part of Gary's brain that is causing his epileptic seizures.
So this is incision. Pickups. So the plan is to essentially expose his brain. That's pretty good. Once the brain is exposed, we will put electrodes down onto the brain itself to monitor the electrical activity.
Brain scans are a guide, but the only way to pinpoint the exact location of the abnormal tissue is to test the electrical impulses directly on Gary's brain.
This is the middle temporal. That's likely where a majority of the seizures are coming from. We will check to see if that's indeed where we see the seizure activity, and if it is, we will remove that tissue.
That's just not a decision to take lightly.
No, it's not.
If something would have went wrong, we made this decision, and that's on us.
Let's say we've done the corticography, we're starting to do the initial resection. Suction. Left blade. Tissue that is acting abnormally, regardless of where it is, typically doesn't have any other function. Removing it does not cause harm. That may be what amounts to his labbe, or oftentimes that tissue is not at the surface of the brain, and you do have to go through normal tissue to get to the abnormal tissue. And that's where potential deficits can arise from. I'm still gonna have to get to the ends here.
Dr. Kaufman removes the abnormal tissue, but he won't know if the resection has damaged Gary's normal brain function for several days.
You look great.
1 week after surgery, Avion is ready to use the bone lengthening magnet for the first time.
Hi.
Hello.
Fine. How you been doing?
Fine.
Everything on your x-ray looks really good. Now we're going to start the lengthening. When you have a fracture, the natural thing the bone wants to do is heal it in. So we use that when we do the lengthening.
In 30 days, you're going to be 30 millimeters longer, which is going to match your other side.
At a very precise rate, we slowly distract it, fast enough that we can separate, but slow enough that the bone heals in as it goes.
Do you feel anything? Yeah, you're not going to. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, that's it. You're done.
I think it's pretty cool to be like, hey guys, I have a nail in my leg. It's awesome.
Do this 3 times a day. If there's any concerns, you can let us know.
I think my future is pretty bright. I think I'll be just fine.
My neck bump was gone right here.
Pepito's original tumor was about the size of a softball. Now, it is down to the size of a golf ball or smaller.
Chemotherapy reduced Pepito's tumor, but it didn't kill all the cancer.
While he does continue to show improvement, it is not quite as much as we would want. So Pepito now moves on to radiation.
We're going to lift up this one. We're going to see which one fits better.
Pepito must now endure 14 rounds of radiation and hope for a cure.
I'm kind of scared, because the radiation. But we're going to do everything is on our hands, and God do the rest.
Pepito still has an outstanding chance to beat this, but we still have many types of childhood cancer where 20% of the kids who are ultimately going to die of their cancer. That's more than we can tolerate. We won't stop until we can say 100% of our children will survive their cancer.
Still, I got faith that he's gonna be okay, and they're gonna give us the good news and no more cancer.
No more cancer.
It's been 2 days after surgery. He's feeling good. We walked this morning. Oh man, did we. Of course, he was up all night eating. Every time he woke up, he was hungry. He's actually healed tremendously faster than we thought.
Good morning. How are you? Good.
Fine.
How are you?
Good morning.
Hey, Gary. How you doing?
Yeah.
Does your head hurt? Okay. You look pretty good.
And he walked down the hall?
Walked down hall today?
Yes.
Excellent.
Gary's short-term recovery is good, but it'll be months before Dr. Kaufman can be sure the surgery has stopped Gary's seizures.
He's essentially met all our criteria for discharge. He can go home today.
Yay.
And hopefully we'll see you in a couple weeks.
All right. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Very much.
See you, Gary.
The surgery was the last option that we wanted to go through, and the thought of them going in his brain and removing some was unthinkable. But right now we're really glad that we did do this. If you need any help with your child, this is the place to come, because you're going to get all the help you want or need.
Two days ago, he told his daddy, "Daddy, I want a new haircut. This one, I don't like it no more." He's kind of scared now.
How are you doing today?
A visit from Pepito's favorite superhero helps ease the tension of today's appointment.
We had the scan yesterday. I'm kind of excited to see, maybe we are here for good.
Let's talk about our results. So what we see here was all the tumor right there. And now, I don't see any. In the future, we hope that we'll tell the family, your child has cancer and take this pill for 10 days and you'll be fine. We're not there yet, but hopefully someday.
Dr. Gamis will monitor Pepito for several years to be sure he remains in remission. But today's results are certainly a reason to celebrate.
All right, we'll see you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
We're gonna smile every day you can. It's gonna be something to celebrate for a long time.
Almost 6 months after brain surgery, Dr. Kaufman checks Gary's progress.
To say we're going to remove some of your child's brain tissue always sounds very scary, but in doing so, to achieve a cure, it's a wonderful thing. Hey, Gary. How you doing?
I feel fine.
Surgery was terrifying, absolutely terrifying. Longest 5 hours I've ever had in my life, and it was a great outcome.
No seizure activity at all?
We have not seen any.
Okay.
Yay.
These are great outcomes, seeing someone truly seizure-free after surgery. So without having this multidisciplinary team that we have, we would not be able to achieve the outcomes that we do. The epilepsy team can begin weaning off his medications in hopes of getting rid of all of them. And over time, if that's the case and he remains seizure-free, then we will say we've achieved a cure.
His focus is better. He's more active. He doesn't get as tired as fast. He's just better. It's just all around better.
What's that?
That's your brain. That's the part that we removed, right there.
Where did you put it?
We didn't hang on to it. That would be just weird. We don't see anything unexpected on his MRI. This is what we were hoping to see. But most importantly, we want to see that he's seizure-free, and that's what we see.
Yay.
So, anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, excellent. It's good to see you.
Thank you.
Yep. We want to improve the quality of life of every child that we can. And Gary's a great guy. Bye, Gary.
I'm coming home.
On the next journey inside pediatrics.
If we had not intervened within 6 months to a year, Dalton would not have been alive.
I just don't want anything to happen to him.
When we woke her up a little bit, we increased the voltage inside their brain.